So when I started teaching mindfulness, I was worried, what will people think of me as a teacher? People know that I practice mindfulness, but am I going to be accepted as a teacher of mindfulness, as someone who knows how to share it with others? I was sort of doubting some of my knowledge or some of my experience. I don't know all of the neuroscience. I'm not mindful 100% of the time. I was comparing myself with other teachers, so a lot of self-doubt, a lot of worry, and a lot of self-judgment. A lot of people who I train have this same sense of worry and judgment or fear of judgment from others. And so I became robotic in my teachings. I was very rigid, try to convince people. I felt a little insecure in what I was saying, even though I had a lot of confidence in the teachings. But, just stepping back for a second, it's really not about me. And it's not about you. As mindfulness teachers, it's not about us. It's not about the Dalai Lama. It's not about Jack Kornfield. It's not about the teacher. It's about helping others. And I know that sounds cliche or simple, but it's really, it has a big impact in how we treat the teachings and how we treat the circumstances around us teaching. If we can shift the focus away from ourselves and really shift the focus towards who we're helping and how we're helping them, that really makes a big difference. It's all about compassion. It's about helping others, empathizing and then wishing them well and offering them the tools and techniques that can be useful for their situation, for their struggle. And so if we focus in on their struggle, their suffering, their pain, their obstacles, their challenges, that really helps us open our hearts to them and wish them well with a sense of care and connection. And sometimes that can be the key to unlocking our own wisdom and really providing them with uh, you know what we know is so valuable, these skills of non-judgmental moment-to-moment awareness. So compassion is critical. And so when I realized this, I began asking myself, who do I want to help? What are their struggles? Why do I care about them? I could be helping anybody, but you know, who is it that I care about helping the most? Like, what really resonates with me? What's really juicy? What struggles do I want to support and to help? So, just thinking about who I'm helping, why I'm helping them, and what their struggles are. So I asked myself all these types of questions. And then I actually went out and asked them, what are your struggles? I don't want to assume too much, right? What do they want? What mindfulness practices have they tried, if any? What's worked for them? What hasn't? So just asking them lots of questions so that I know I can relate mindfulness to their situation in a practical way. And it's really all about compassion. It's starting with empathy of, stepping into their shoes and getting a sense for what their struggles are. But then it's going one step further and actively wishing them well, actively wanting to relieve their suffering in some way with mindfulness. And that increases this sense of engagement and sense of connection between you and them.